Hey everyone, Vortex TCG here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you the first match of locals between myself playing Purple Titanmon and my opponent playing Eosmon. This is still BT12 format, BT11 format even, so no Quartzmon, no new tools in regards to that. But if you're looking forward to this video, please like and subscribe. It does mean a lot. Getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, a huge milestone for me, so I would greatly appreciate it. So I get to start off first. I go into the Elecmon and then the Analog, because I think at this point I was missing out on a level 4. And my opponent's playing a very interesting version of Eosmon. He has, I don't know what that Digimon's called, but it has Retaliation as an inheritable, so it's quite interesting to say the least. Haven't really seen that before, but he swings with the... I should know these cards because I played this deck ages ago, but swings with the Digimon, gets to search no Manoa, so at least I know that one from the search, so a bit unfortunate. So I promote here, go into the Ginkakumon. I could be, I think that's correct. Then I go into the Blue Merimon, a new card from BT11, which allows you to draw 2 and discard 2, discarding the Ginkaku promote and the Kinkaku. So getting pretty much set up for the next couple of turns here. Because if this dies, then I can go into the Ginkaku promote from Titanmon, so it's looking good. He swings into security, plays another Eosmon, and then unfortunately dies to a Titanmon. I think at this point I was really hoping that Titanmon was in my hand, but it is what it is. He ends up ending his turn by playing a Wormmon, a good searcher for the Eosmon archetype. I go into the Guilmon in Raising, and at this point I just got to figure out, how am I getting this? I don't have the BT6 Titanmon, otherwise I think I would have been doing a lot more this turn, but I do have the BT11 one, which allows me to suspend both these to gain 2 memory and also trash some cards. I trash double Underworld Call, so I'm able to get an additional 2 draws, so it's a really nice card. I mean, you can use it for its main effect to play a level 4, but it's so useful just as an additional draw card, a cycle card, if you will. I swing into the Eosmon and he hits an Eosmon level 6, and then I play an Alice to pass the turn. And what I'm doing here is controlling the field quite well, I think. I have all my tamers set up, and I also have the Alice, so if I need to go into another level 6, I can. But the worrying thing about this situation is that I am providing my opponent with a lot of tamers, because the problem is if I provide him with a lot of tamers, he can then get loads of Eosmon from the trash with his main BT6 one. So it's a bit worrying for sure, but you know, we move, and he ends his turn by going into the Eosmon level 5, so passes me to 3. And I promote the Kinkakumon here. So I have double draw if I'm able to discard a card, which I think is pretty easy to do in this situation. Just depends if I can actually find the level 5 and then go off from there. So I go into the Blue Merimon here, allows me to draw 2 and then discard 2. I'm just looking at the trash here about what I should probably discard. I discard the Guilmon for a level 3 fodder for the BT6 Titanmon, and then I also get rid of Titanmon. I gain a memory and I also draw 2 cards. The Kinkaku is so useful. Just gaining an additional memory from discarding, it makes all your discard plays way worth it. Allows you to keep playing on your turn, which is very important for this deck, quite frankly. So at this point, I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do essentially to continue my game state. I'm not really threatened by my opponent here, but I play another Alice to pass him to 1. Not too sure if this was the correct play, because now I've provided him with 4 tamers, which is not very good, but he swings with the Eosmon and then plays an Eosmon, and as he swung, he gets to play a Manoa. Definitely messed up the order there. What you could have done there is played the Manoa first from the inheritable, and then play the Eosmon from the effect, which allows him to then get a search. So just a bit of rust with the deck, it seems. All good though. He goes into the BT6 to delete the blue mirror, because I think that's the right call, to be honest, because can't really do much about that stack, I would say. Especially if I go into level 6, like the level 6 Titanmon, it essentially stops his play, kind of thing. So I think at this point my opponent was a little bit confused about what I was talking about. I was talking about the fact that I can't unsuspend my tamers, but I think my opponent was confused about the amount of Eosmon he put underneath. Not too sure what happened there, but is what it is. Go into the Gabumon in Raising, and at this point I'm playing a little bit of catch up because he's ahead on security, and I can't really do much to control this, if I'm being honest. So yeah, a bit interesting. So I swing with the Titanmon at security, hit an Eosmon, who would have guessed? And then at this point I just got to figure out what I've got to do. So I go into the Laoimon here for 2, which is, it's pretty decent. We'll take that. Then I'll go into the Rebellimon here, which allows me to trash to gain the blocker and retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. So I get to draw for that. And then I'm at 1 memory, so not in a great situation, I don't think, here, but is what it is. Now that I'm looking back on this game, I think I could have done this a little bit differently. What I could have done here is I could have deleted my own Titanmon to reduce the cost by 3, so it only costs 1. I can then play the Ginkaku promote from the trash, gain additional memory so it continues my turn. I could have swung with the Titanmon for 2 checks, swung with the Ginkaku, hopefully it survives, and then I could have I could have swung with Ginkaku, then swung with the Titanmon, delete the Ginkaku, and then swing for game. So misplay from my end, I think, but I don't think it really matters unless my opponent has a tamer here or like a hybrid. But I don't think there are any white hybrids, or like there's any hybrids that you can go on from a white tamer. I could be wrong, but yeah. Anyways, that was a line of play that I probably should have done, but is what it is. You learn. He swings at security, has 2 checks, but I think at this point I just have to let him go through because I don't think he has follow-up, and I do still have blocker and retaliation on the Titanmon. So he goes into the level 3, I don't know. I should really know what that is. My bad. But he now has 3 memory left, so he just plays an Eosmon, uses the search effect to add the level 4 Eosmon himself. So I promote the Gabu. I go into the Ginkaku. And why I do this is because I use this to trash a card so that my Titanmon gains additional security and DP. And then I'm also able to get multiple draws just to make sure that I can close this game out, because I don't know, there could be something bad in the security. Swing for 2 checks and then go to game 2. And so we get into game 2, and my opponent gets to start off here with the Wormmon and then goes into the guy with retaliation. Really cool guy. I'll go into the Gabumon here and then play the purple memory boost here. Decent amount of choice here, but I think at this point I was lacking level 4s, so I ended up taking a Guilmon just so I can get some discard fodder for the following turn. He goes into the Eosmon in Raising and passes the turn with 2 memory, and at this point I'm a little bit confused, like what should I do kind of thing, because I need to find my pieces and I'm not having any luck finding them. So I'd go into the Ginkaku here, probably got it from my top deck if I'm being honest, and then also play the Guilmon. The reason why I play the Guilmon here is because I haven't been able to discard a card yet, so I think just playing this sets up my turn for the following turn anyways, because I'm able to control the field. So he plays the Eosmon here, and there was a little bit of confusion because I I had to make sure about some ruling. So go on my phone here real quick. But essentially, Eosmon says you may play a white tamer, and then your opponent may play a tamer for no cost, essentially. So we're just making sure that the rulings here are correct, because I don't want to cheat, obviously. That would be rather bad. But it is, you can play a tamer, so I end up playing the Mat here, but I end up getting the Ginkaku back into hand. So obviously it's really good to have the tamer. Obviously sets me up for the following turn, but sometimes you don't want it, quite frankly, because now I don't have anything in my discard other than the Guilmon. Obviously I will be playing the Guilmon from the Titanmon if I do go into the Titanmon, but just those little things, essentially. So I Digiburst here from the Blackwall Groundmon to play the Guilmon again. So I've got my delete fodder here. And I also just filled up my discard with the Ginkaku. So at this point, got to measure what I've got to do here. So I'm just trying to figure out the maths that I need to go through here, because essentially it can be quite difficult. So I pop the memory boost here to go to 3, and then I go into the Titanmon for 1, draw. I then get to discard a card and then continue my turn. So I discard the Ginkaku promote here and use the Ginkaku promote to summon out to then play the Ginkaku from trash. And this is what I was saying, like I had to get, it's not a you may effect on Matashita, so you have to get a Digimon or option that is purple from trash. So if I had the Ginkaku in trash, I would be able to continue my turn and probably go for game, I believe, on this turn. So it's not great, but is what it is. He swings into security, able to get some more advantage going. Got me on 2 security. Swings again, plays another Eosmon. I play a analog youth to add 1 and trash 1. At this point I was going to go for the Nidhogg, but I decided, I did go for the Nidhogg here. And at this point he's obviously got quite a bit of advantage, but I should be able to close this game out, because I've got quite a lot of things going for me on this turn. So what I do is I go into the Blue Meramon here to draw 2, discard 2. This way that my Titanmon is now activated, so it has 2 security checks and an additional 2k DP. So nothing can really go through it from Eosmon, unless he's playing something like Chaosmon, I think, or something like that. So I swing with the Titanmon, use its effect to delete the Guilmon to unsuspend, so doing 2 checks at 14. Do it again, 2 checks at 14, and then swing for game.